Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, for this episode of Bullet Points this morning, I want to show you something that can only be looked at as extremely, I don't even know the right word, to be honest with you. The idea that you would continue to double down on your policies and your procedures and your thoughts and your processes and your political beliefs when everything, all evidence is staring you right in the face, but you still march to the exact same drum because it's no longer a belief, it's now an ideology. This is something that is showing you exactly where the gun controllers are going. This is not something where this might help. Let's look at the data. Let's really analyze it. This is, well, if we haven't had our policy work yet, let's double down until we go all the way. This is a perfect example of what gun controllers do. If you are ever on the fence, if you're new to the gun world, if you are thinking, well, maybe they're just misguided, this is a perfect example. And case in point, I'm about to show you when everything is proving their position wrong, they're going to double down anyway because they just cannot be wrong. Their ideology has to succeed. Check this out. I want to hear from you guys. Be linked in the description box below. This is from the New York Times, okay? Sacramento situation renews calls for tighter gun legislation. Now, to lay the table for you, California is the pinnacle of gun legislation. They have AR bans, they have mag bans, they have ammo background checks, they have gun background checks, they have extreme risk protection orders, which are red flag laws. They have everything. They have mandatory waiting periods. Like everything you could possibly imagine on the gun controller wet dream checklist, it's in California. But it does not stop criminals. And I will say that until I'm blue in the face, because this directly affects individual citizens who support their Second Amendment rights and are constantly under attack. Because the whole idea from gun control is, well, if you give up a little bit of freedom, a little bit of your rights, we can make such a dramatic impact and really stop these things from happening. They're not paying off on their end of the bargain, and that's why I'm hitting this so hard. All right, so check this out. Despite its strict gun laws, California is by no means spared from the pains of gun violence. Okay, first of all, gun violence is that term, but if your gun laws are not working, then why are you doing them? Why are you infringing upon everyday citizens? Because that's what's happening. You are, at the expense of your gun control, you are infringing upon rights. It's a balance, and they are way out of balance, but they're not going to go back and change it. In 2022, the state has already experienced 13 situations. Now, how could that be possible if these gun control laws worked? Everyone knows, dirty little secret is they don't. This is an ideology. This is not a, could this work? Is this a unique idea to change things? No. It's achieve your ideology by all means possible. The Sacramento situation has shined a light on an epidemic of illegal guns in California. If that does not show you that this does not work, the guns are still there. They're still illegal. The only difference is they are consolidated in the criminal hands. They are not in the hands of law-abiding citizens to defend themselves, their property, and their pursuit of happiness. This is the really important part, because even though they have all the gun laws, they're even saying it, they have the toughest gun laws in the country, but there's still an illegal guns problem. The only difference that you made was criminals now have guns where individuals do not. Law-abiding citizens do not. The first weapon recovered had been stolen and converted by being capable of automatic gunfire. We talked about that last night. In another situation in Sacramento this year, a man used an unregistered assault weapon. He was also a lot of other things that we can't really talk about. He was on the red flag list. He was a domestic abuser. He was someone that shouldn't have been here. There's a lot of things on that one, but let's keep going because it all points back to the state failing. California's proposal, SB 1327, would offer $10,000 bounties to encourage lawsuits from private citizens against anyone who manufactures, distributes, or sells assault weapons, 50 caliber rifles, ghost guns, or ghost gun kits, all of which were not involved in this instance or any other instance. It's interesting how every single law that they pass has nothing to do with the current situation, but it's a means to an end for them to achieve what they want. This is not going to change anything, but they're going to continue to double down. Check this out. This is the guy who's leading that initiative. Hertzberg, the bill's lead author, said he opposed the Texas law, talking about the abortion thing, which had been horribly upheld by the Supreme Court. But he added, every gun that we can take off the street, if that's a ghost gun or an assault weapon, through any creative means, to me it's a good thing. That sentence is everything. They are not about achieving the end means of respecting rights, but also reducing violence or crime or gangs. They are all about getting rid of guns through any means, creative or any other means. It says it right there. That's the quote, okay? And like I said, this video is aimed at people who are on the fence and don't really see what they're doing. The announcement comes as new research reveals the dangers of having a gun in California in the home. Stanford University researchers published a groundbreaking study this week that found that people who live with someone who owned a gun were almost twice as likely to die by homicide as their neighbors without guns. Do you see what they're doing? Well, if you're a law-abiding gun owner, well, your odds are you're twice as much most likely to be killed by homicide. How so? That makes no sense on any level, but they're attacking the ability to own a gun in the state of California. Doesn't matter if you're a legal owner, doesn't matter anything. Doesn't matter if the criminal element that they're seeing affect their streets and their populations. It's the gun's fault. And that's what I've got for you. This is coming from the New York Times. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you tonight at the 9 p.m. segment. I'm Braden. See you later.